Testing, testing, testing. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight we are at the Belgium Grand Prix for Tier 2 UFRL. We have got 11 drivers at the moment. I'm hoping I think we've got one more coming in very soon. And then we will be underway. We have gone about 20 minutes late tonight, just so some people can get some food for Ramadan. But we will be away very shortly. We're just waiting for Losts to join, and then we will be back. So we have got 12 drivers tonight, as long as Lost comes, and that is going to be Angry Badger, Sorty Stevens, Mr. Potwash, Small Labe, but that is Algari. We have got Enchanced, PVR Widget, oh my god, it's Toro. We've got Doug, we've got Mr. Wiggles, we've got F1 Viva, and we've got Filthy Ghosts, with hopefully shortly have Losts as well. So I believe Viva is still winning the championship, but Filthy Ghost did win the last race. I'm not sure if people remember, but we were in... where were we? Portugal, that was it. We're at Portugal, and Filthy Ghost did win that race. As El Bloom has actually joined the party. So he'll be playing as well. We're still waiting for Ghost to join. So yeah, the results from last race were Viva came P2. And Filthy Ghost did win that race with Enchants P3. I think we are going to be underway shortly. We are going to be underway, so if you guys have seen that, we are going. So please ready up if you are listening on the stream. So we've got 12 drivers at the moment, with a possible one more joining throughout quali. And we're going to be away very shortly. So El Bloomer taking the race seat of Hybrid, who unfortunately has got a race ban this evening. But another tier 3 driver who I'm sure will do a fantastic job, with PRV Widget also in the tier 3 camp. We've got a short qualifying by a 8-lap sprint race, and then followed by the 22-lap race. As you're all aware, Belgium is a very long track. I think it's a 1 minute 42, 43, if I believe rightly. But again, it will be a long track. Someone has readied up. Unless that's just my screen. Might just be my screen. Because we are doing a short quali. So, yep, of course, just waiting for people to join. There we go. So we've got 18 minutes quali with the 12 drivers. If anyone did want to know the football results, I know we've just started, but we've got Nottingham Forest 3, Fulham 0. So what a brilliant win that is for Forest at the moment. Newcastle 1, Everton 0. Bournemouth and Palace is 0-0. Burnley currently beating Wolves 1-0. And West Ham 0, Spurs 1. So I think this quali might be a bit of a slow one. I don't think people will go out for 3 laps. I think it might be a 1 or 2 quali time. But people might try and use their times again. So Angry Badger is the first person out on track, with the Williams of Turo also joining him. So we've got 3 people out on laps at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. It does rain quite a lot in Belgium. I remember one year actually in the Grand Prix they had to red flag it. There was no race at all because it was too wet. Can't remember what year that was. But at the moment it is looking nice and sunny. As quite a few more drivers are out on track now. We've got the 5 cars out, 6 cars I should say, on out laps. But Angry Badger will be the first to start his flying lap. We'll see what his first sector will be. We'll just get up all the settings just to see what everyone is on. There we go. As Angry Badger is going to start his flying lap now. And it is a very long qualifying lap. He goes up the tricky part up the hill here. Very tricky round here. Now full on the power. Now it'll be straight. As the Ferrari is out of the way. And Angry Badger's first sector will be a 30.2. As Toro is a 30.4. So at the moment just about going by the way of Angry Badger. If goes on another outlap, it looks like he's not using any ERS. So we'll stay with Angry Badger for the moment. As Mr. Wiggles is starting his flying lap, it looks like as well. As Angry Badger's sector 2 is going to be a 1 minute. 1 minute 15.1. We'll go up to Old Toro, and they're about exactly the same there. So Toro had a better second sector than Angry Badger. Let's see what Angry Badger can do in the last sector now. Let's see what he will post. Let's see what everyone will be chasing after here. Toro does complete his lap at 143.7. I thought Angry Badger was in front of him, and Angry Badger now goes at 143.6. So I think Enchance is on the flying lap. We're going to go to Mr. Wiggles though, because he is much further into his lap as he's just about to cross into sector 2. It's a 115.8. He isn't actually setting a lap, so doing another out lap as well. As Enchant sets a sector 1, sorry, of a 30.2. As Mr. Wiggles does cross the line 144.8, but he was not setting a flying lap. El Bloomer goes on 144.3 in the Aston Martin. We're going to stay on board with Enhance, though. Enhanced, sorry, not Enchance. Keep on saying, I always say that. But it is enhanced. And his Sector 2 is a 114.3. So I think he's about 7 tenths up on Angry Badger's time, if I remember rightly. Going to stay on board with Enhanced just round these few final corners. And he is going to cross the line here. And what will he do? It's going to be a 142.5. So he's about a second quicker than the rest. Viva on a flying lap here as well. Let's see what his Sector 2 time will be. It's a 115.3 for Viva at the moment. Stevens about to cross the lap. Cross to set his first quali lap, I should say. And Stevens is going to cross the line, and it will be a 142.3. Stevens goes quickest. Viva crosses the line, and it's only P6, a 144.0 for Viva. Let's go on board with PRV Widget, as he is coming up the final straight and round the final corners now. And he is actually into the pits. He invalidated, so I did not see that. Algari's having a bit of problems here. Not too sure what's going on, but he has had a mistake somewhere. I think Mr. Wheels is on a lap. Let's see if he is. We'll go on board with him at the moment. Must have quite a lot of fuel in that car, because he's doing a third lap here. And he is 7 tenths quicker in the first sector alone. Let's stay on board with Mr. Wiggles here in the Red Bull. So Mr. Wiggles through to Sector 2 now, and it's going to be a 1:15.2. He's 6 tenths up on his time at the moment. Needs to have a good final sector here, though, to move up. And I did miss. Doug goes up to P3 with a 143.2. So Doug in the McLaren up to P3 now. And Mr. Wiggles crosses the line and goes P5 or 143.7. Filthy Ghost doing another outlap, it looks like. We have 8 minutes left in qualifying. Mr. Potwash starting his flying lap. Let's go on board with Enhanced. Is he on? He is on a flying lap, and he is quicker at the moment. Let's see what his Sector 2 time will be. Is he improving? He is 3 tenths up. He's had a bad second sector. He's actually pulled out of that lap, so he will not be setting a better time. Viva, I'm not sure if he's on a lap, but someone is in front of him. trying to work out who it is. So Viva's going to be setting the time here, it looks like. He is half a second down at the moment. So he could be going up to P4 with his time if he has a good final sector. We'll stay on board with him just for the moment. Round the final 2 corners now. What can Viva do here? He's going to cross the line. DRS will be open, and he is going to set a time of a 1:43.4. Puts him P4 now. Filthy goes into the pits again, so will not be setting another lap. He's come out twice and hasn't set a lap either time. Lost his first sectors of 31.2, I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. I did just miss that. We'll just go up to Angry Badger because he is closer into Sector 2 than Lost was. As he is 2/10 down on his time, so unless he has a good final sector, he won't be improving. Trying to find someone who is a bit closer to the finish line. It's probably Angry Badger, but he does not improve. So let's stay on board with Mr. Potwash. Unfortunately, he has run out of ERS, which will affect him down this last straight, as he is 7/10 quicker. But he's run out of ERS. He's going to lose so much time down this straight. I'm really unfortunate for Mr. Potwash, because he has no ERS left. So let's see what he can do. Can he get a better time than a 1:44.9? Bit of a slide there. And he's going to cross the line. And it's going to be a 1:44.5. Keeps him P9. PVR widget now on a flying lap. PVR widget going a bit wide there into that corner. He is going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 1:43.9. Puts him P9 now. Algari into the pits. El Bloom up to P5 actually. Really good lap from him. 1:43.5. My screen's going a bit weird with enhanced, but there we go. It is better now. And enhanced is up by a 10th. So at the moment he is up on his previous time. He has a really big wobble there. Keeps it well though. As Filthy Ghost and Algari need to get out soon, otherwise they won't be setting a quali lap. They'll be starting at the back for the sprint race. This will be Enhanced's last flying lap, I believe, unless he wants to have a cool down, try and get as much ERS. What will his Sector 2 time be? He is 4/10 up on his previous, so can he get into the 1:41s here? Or will it be low, 42s? Because at the moment he will be going P1 with this time. Enhanced now around the last corner now. DRS is open. And it'll be a 142.3. Just about beats Salty Stevens, but he does get that P1. So will Salty Stevens come out? El Bloomer is into the pits. Mr. Wiggles is out on a lap. So anyone in the pits now won't be setting another lap. So Salty Stevens will not be coming out. El Bloomer won't be coming out. Angry Badger will not be coming out. Toro, PRV Widget and Mr. Potwash all. As Salty Stevens has come out, and I'm surprised. I'm not sure who's going to get round in time. He's going to have to have a really quick outlap. As Mr. Wiggles is nearly 7 tenths down on his time. So can he get into the 142s now? Let's stay on board with Mr. Wiggles. This will be his last flying lap. It's a bit cloudy now at the Belgium Grand Prix as well. And he does set a time into 142.8. Puts him now P3. Doug is on a lap. He is a 10th down on his time at the moment. Is Enhanced going for another lap? Where is Salty Stevens on this map? He will be the last to cross this line. He's got 45 seconds to do so. As Doug is now 2 tenths down on his time, so he has improved in the second sector. Can he get anywhere near Mr. Wiggles? Got 20 seconds left of qualifying. Salty Stevens did make it round in time, so I was wrong. He just about made it. Loss has retired from the session. Doug is going to cross the line, and it's a 1:43.0. Keeps him P4. Does improve, though. Viva now, what can he do? Your championship leader. He is nearly 3 tenths up in the first sector. We'll go on board with Salty Stevens, though. And his first sector, he's about even with what he was doing. Filthy Ghost is on a lap. And it's a 1:13.8. He is flying at the moment. We're going to stay on board with him because this is an incredible lap if he can keep this pace. He has got, I think it's his teammate in front of him who needs to move out the way. I think that could have affected him. Mr. Wiggles, I think he affected him a tiny bit. I don't know if he got out of the way just about in time. Filthy Ghost is going to cross the line. And it's a 1:42.0. Puts him P1. A brilliant lap from him. Viva is 6 tenths down on his second sector. So what can he do in the last sector? And it is raining. It is raining in Belgium. So Viva, can he get enough grip round these final corners to get him moving himself up? It's going to be a 1:42.9. Puts him P5. Nearly beats Mr. Wiggles. Salty Stevens will not be beating his time. And it is really raining in Belgium now. And that is your qualifying. So, Filthy Ghost does get P1. Took it to the last lap to set a time. But he does get there. And it wins by 3 tenths. Nearly gets in the 141s. So we've got Filthy Ghost P1, we've got Enhanced P2, and Salty Stevens takes P3. Mr. Wiggles P4, Viva P5, 6th is Doug, 7th is El Bloomer, 8th is Angry Badger, 9th is Toro, 10th is PRV Widget, 11th Mr. Potwash, 12th is Lost and not setting a time, and starting at the back is Algari. But as you can see, it is really raining now in Belgium. So does that mean it's going to be a wet sprint race? There we go. You can see on the board what the qualifying results are. And in the football, Nottingham Forest 3, Fulham 1. So Fulham have got a goal back. Newcastle are now 2-0 up against Everton. Bournemouth Palace still 0-0. Burnley and Wolves is 1-1 now. Wolves did get a late goal in the first half. And West Ham Spurs is also 1-1 now. Zuma scores for West Ham to make it 1-1. So it looks pretty cloudy. So we're going to go in about 3 minutes time, so get your strategies done. It does look like it could be possible rain. It does look pretty cloudy in Belgium. I am back, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be away very shortly for a late 8-lap sprint race. And we're going to go to the race. So we should be away any second now. We are going at 53. It is now 54. So hopefully we can go any second and start this 8th lap. And it is raining. So since been talking, it is now raining on the grid. There is spots on my telly. So we have got rain for the sprint race. Don't know how heavy it is. I believe this is in Tier 3 where we had this same thing and we raced on the medium and soft tyres when it was spitting like this. Let's see what everyone's tyres will be because it is now really raining. We got 4 lights, we got 5 lights and we are underway, hopefully. We are underway. Filthy Ghost leads us off. Can he keep Enhanced behind? Let's get these tyres up because we need to see what everyone's tyres are. There we go. So 3 people have gone for the softs. Some have gone for mediums, but no one has gone for the inters. It doesn't look that wet at the moment. Enhanced is right behind, and so is Mr. Wiggles. Can Filthy keep him behind? He does. There is movement at the back of the field, but we're going to have to stay at the top here. Salty Stephen retakes P3, it looks like, and Angry Badger is out of this race. So something has happened to Angry Badger, and we have a full course safety car. Not too sure what happened to Angry Badger there, but he is out of this race. Too sure what the tyres feel like. Doesn't look like too much rain on the track. There is your position changes. So the top 6 all stay the same. Your biggest winners are probably the Williams, up 4 and 2. Mr. Potwish is also up 2. El Bloomer is down 4. And Angry Badger, who is out, is down 5. But he has got a lot to play for still because he's still got the race. And we got a safety car, so we will be having a few laps under that. Will anyone pit? I doubt it. Doesn't look like any rain at the moment on my screen. It definitely was when we were in the pits. Can't see any rain now though. As Viva is coming into the pits, which is a bold move. Let's see what tyres he goes on to. He is going to a set of softs. So Viva going very aggressive here on a set of softs. And Algari onto a set of mediums. So both different strategies there. So as everyone has caught up, we're not sure if the safety car will be in this lap. There might be another lap under it. We'll have to wait and see. Viva and Algari did both pit. So Viva will be quick on them softs, but it is definitely raining out there. But again, it doesn't look too bad. That's why everyone is still on the dry tyres. And the safety car will not be in this lap, so we're going to have another lap under the safety car. The football scores are Forest 3, Fulham 1, Newcastle 1, Everton 0. So Newcastle's second goal did get ruled out for offside. Bournemouth Palace is still 0-0. Burnley Wolves is 1-0, and West Ham Spurs is 1-0. So about half an hour to go, and the West Ham Spurs is still in the first half. They all start at different times. So I'm pretty sure the safety car will be in this lap. Unfortunately, just because the track's so big, it does take a while for the safety car to get round. So at the moment, Filthy Ghost has retained his lead. Mr. Potwash has gone into a set of inters, so he's the first one to go for the inters. I think that could be a good strategy, you know. I feel like it could be inters. It is really raining out there. But has Mr. Potwash done the right thing? I think he could have, you know. I really think this is going to get really wet. Does look pretty wet out there now. Not sure if it's wet tyres just yet, but I think Mr. Potwash could have done a really clever thing here. Safety car is in this lap. We've got 5 laps of racing, and it does look really wet out here now. We'll have to wait and see what happens in these last 5 laps. Filthy Ghost is just warming up his tyres. They're all trying to get as much temperature in these tyres as they can. Filthy Ghost, everyone still just wiggling, trying to get some temperature. When will he go, Filthy? That is the question. I think he has gone already. And Enhance is into the pits. So Enhance, Saucy Stevens, both into the pits. And we have got a pit galore here as everyone is going on to the inters, except for the 2 Red Bulls. The AlphaTauri and Algari. I think everyone else will be going on to inters, which it looks like they are. So the top 4 are not. And there's nearly a crash as Filthy Ghost has lost his front wing. So Filthy Ghost having a mare, and he is now down in P3, but he's lost his front wing. He'll have to pit this lap, and there's a virtual safety car, which is going to help these top 4. Mr. Potwash actually could win this sprint race here, as he is the first person who went onto the inters, and I can't imagine the top 3 and Algari staying out on these tyres. There is a full course safety car again, which is going to help them massively, as I believe all of them will come in for a set of inters. But can they get out in front of these guys? That is the question. We haven't had much racing in the sprint race. We've had about 2 or 3 laps already under the safety car. Pretty sure Mr. Wiggles and Viva will be coming into the pits. We'll wait and see though, because it does look really wet out there now. They will come out behind this group, I think, on the inters. Mr. Potwash will go P1. Let's see. So Mr. Wills is into the pits. What will Viva do? Viva also into the pits. Filthy Ghost will definitely be into the pits as he has no front wing. Algari into the pits. So, yep, like I said, everyone going onto the inters. Mr. Wiggles is in. Can Viva get out in front of any of these guys? I don't think he can, you know. Mr. Wiggles got a great chance of getting out ahead of them. The rest of them are going to be stuck, I think. So Mr. Wiggles comes out P2. Viva comes out now in P6. Just ahead of Toro. Just behind Doug. So that is your top 3. Mr. Potwash is P1. Mr. Wiggles is P2. Enhance is P3. Filthy Ghost now down in P12. So it's all changed. As we do have another safety car. Very clever move there by Mr. Potwash. So I wonder if the safety car will be in this lap. Oh, we will have another lap. The safety car is not in yet. Will it be in? Hopefully it says this lap. I don't think it will be now. We're going to have another lap under the safety car, which means we're going to have 2 laps of racing. It's not been the most exciting sprint race on UFRL. Has changed a lot though in the position changes, as you're about to see. Mr. Potwash is up 10 positions. Filthy Ghost is down 11. Mr. Wiggles is up 2. Toro is up 2. Doug's up 1. So lots of changes, but it's not been the most exciting, I must say. 6 laps in and people have done 2 pit stops, which is pretty impressive. But I think there could be a lot of movement before the end of this race. So the safety car will be in this lap. It just depends. Obviously, we're going to only have 2 laps of racing. As the safety car is in this lap. So we're going to have 2 laps of racing here under the rainy conditions. Mr. Potwash just holding up the pack now. Be interested to see when he will go. Just trying to warm up his tyres a tiny bit. Obviously his tyres are the oldest, but only 3 laps, so no problem there. He has got some quick cars behind him though, so let's see what he can do. Can he hold on to P1 now? This safety car didn't really help him, because he was going to be leading by about 10 to 12 seconds, I reckon, before that safety car came in. And Mr. Potwash has now gone, and it's a good exit from him. He will have a good exit there from Mr. Wiggles. So Filthy Ghost down in P11, fighting with Lost here for P10. Mr. Potwash has lost out to Mr. Wiggles there. And he has got Enhanced, and he nearly loses it. Just about keeps it. And Enhanced does take P2. Mr. Potwash now down in P3. Filthy goes up to P9. And Enhanced up now to P1. He does take Mr. Wiggles. And Salty Stevens now fighting with Mr. Potwash. As Algari is out of this race, and there is contact between Salty Stevens and Mr. Potwash, and Viva getting involved in this as well now. Viva up to P5, taking Mr. Potwash as well. And Toro now looking at taking Mr. Potwash as well. He does go wide, and Mr. Potwash does keep hold of that position. Doug now up to P3. Filthy Ghost now getting involved in this battle. We're going to go up to the top though, because Mr. Wiggles has not lost out. And Mr. Wiggles has got a 3-second time point for multiple warnings. Enhanced, and Mr. Wiggles having a great little fight here. As Mr. Wiggles goes really wide into that corner. He's going to be really... He's lost out quite a lot there. And Doug, Salty Stevens and Viva all will have a chance to take him here. But Viva is right behind Salty Stevens now. Will he ever go into this corner? I think he's going to... His back's out of it. As we are on the last lap now. PRV, Widget and Lost having a great little fight for 9th and 10th. Enhanced will probably win this sprint race. He's got a 2-second lead now. But can Viva get past Salty Stevens? as Benji Bucket 13 gives me a little wave. Hello, Benji Bucket. Good to see you tonight. As we are on the last lap and the last sector now. So Enhanced got a 2.3 second lead now on Mr. Wiggles. So he will be taking this race win unless anything dramatic happens. Losts and El Bloomer having a great little battle for 8th and 9th. Saucy Stevens and Doug now having a battle. And Saucy Stevens does take Doug for P3. So Saucy Stevens up to P3. And Doug might be about to lose a position to Viva as well. And he does. Viva up to P4. But he does go wide, Viva. And I think he might lose his position. He might lose 2 positions. It's going to be a fight to the end. As Doug goes to P6, Filthy Ghost P5 and Viva P4. There we go. So Enhanced does take the sprint race win. Obviously a lot of battling still to go. So we're just going to have another small break before we go for the race. And then we will see who will be the race winner of the Belgium Grand Prix.
The Belgian Grand Prix was cancelled as the Spa track did not meet FAA mandated safety regulations that year. The event was eventually relocated but did not return to Spa until 1979. Spa was absent from the F1 calendar during the 2003 season, this time due to tobacco laws which prevented several teams entering due to their current sponsorship clauses. The original Spa-Francorchamps was one of the fastest tracks in Europe and has a reputation for being dangerous with most of the corners being taken at more than 180 miles an hour. The modern track is roughly 7 kilometers, 4.352 miles long, and contains a total of 90 turns, which is roughly half the length of the original circuit. 1957, the Belgian Grand Prix had been cancelled due to high fuel costs thanks to the sewage crisis. British World Championship class got 4 consecutive wins here at Spa between 1962 and 1965, and have been since matched by only one other driver, Ed Senna. Spa demands extreme concentration and skill from all drivers. Keep a close eye on the action around Oakley and Blanchimont, which are taken flat out in order to get good speed.
So we will be away very shortly. And there's a bit of a mix-up in this field. It does look nice and sunny today, though. So hopefully, maybe people aren't hoping. But at the moment, it does not look like any rain. We'll have to wait and see.
Spa-Francorchamps was one of the fastest tracks in Europe and has a reputation for being dangerous, with most of the corners being taken at more than 180 miles an hour. 2008 saw a frantic battle between Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. Conditions were bad due to a late shower of rain, causing Hamilton to spin before resuming his lead in the closing lap, where Raikkonen crashed. Stewards went on to issue a penalty to Hamilton due to alleged corner cutting, dropping him down to third place. The modern track is roughly 7 kilometres or 4.352 miles long and contains a total of 19 turns. This is roughly half the length of the original circuit. In terms of nationality, Brits have had the most success here. Notable winners include Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Jackie Stewart and Jim Clark. Spa-Francorchamps also
So if you are, I'm sure we'll be going any second now. Sure, someone has ready up. Said we're going free at 16 minutes past, so hopefully this stream will get going any second. Then we'll be underway. As you can see, we are. So the Ferrari is P1, and there is 5 lights now, and we are underway. So Enhanced will lead us off there with Mr. Wiggles P2. Enhanced does keep that P1 with Mr. Wiggles still P2. Filthy Ghost already up to P4, sorry, and takes Viva as well. What a great start from Filthy Ghosts. There's movement at the back of the field as well. We'll just get up the details obviously for you. Don't want that one, want that one. There we go. So we've got a lot of different strategies going on. Got top 3. Filthy Ghost does go up to P3 now as well. All on the mediums. You've got 2 on hards. You've got Mr. Potwash, Toro and Lost all on the softs. So a lot of different strategies. Let's see how Sorty, Stevens and Viva can cope with them hards. I'm surprised they're using the hards because I think you can possibly go to medium to soft strategy here in Belgium. We've got a caution in Sector 2. Algari has had some sort of accident. He's actually 15 seconds away. Filthy Ghost now up to P2. And he will be trying to close that gap to Enhanced. So it's an unbelievable start from Filthy Ghost. Mr. Potwash and Viva having a good little battle here. Salty Stevens into the pits, which is not a great start for him. Viva got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Salty Stevens did get front wind damage from somewhere. Doug and Mr. Potwash having a nice little battle here as well. And Lost also getting involved in this battle. And unfortunately for Mr. Potwash, he's lost 2 spots before that corner. We're going to stay on board with these guys though, because this is the closest battle out on track. As at the moment, Viva is keeping the likes of Doug behind him. Not sure how Salty Stevens got damage. As Toro catching up now to Mr. Potwash. Mr. Potwash just lost the back end of this group as well. Enhanced goes quickest with a 146.3. Toro is going to be battling with Mr. Potwash down to this corner. And Toro does take P7 now from Mr. Potwash. So Doug has lost out 2 losts as well. And Enhanced has got a 2-second lead now on Filthy Ghosts. We're going to go up 2 loss because he is battling with Viva now for P4. He's flying at the moment. And Lost has got a great chance here to get Viva here. Obviously Lost is on them soft tyres. But he's doing really well at the moment on them. But how long will they last? So can Viva keep these guys behind into this next corner? He does. We're going to go down to Mr. Potwash, who I think has just been taken by El Bloomer. We're going to go back up to the likes of Lost and Doug though, as we're 4 laps into this race. As Mr. Potwash has lost out to El Bloomer and Angry Badger now. And Algari picks up a 3-second time penalty. Salty Stevens and Algari will be needing a safety car to get him back into this race. And Doug will be about to take a loss for P5. I think maybe these soft tyres have already got affected. As we're going to go down to Angry Badger. Who is catching up to Otoro. And Viva and Lost are into the pits. So does that mean there's a safety car as Algari's out of this race? So Viva onto a set of mediums. Enhance, Filthy Ghost stays out, and Filthy Ghost got a 3-second time penalty, it looks like. Which he has. So I'd be interested to see if the top 5 come in. This does help Sorty Stevens a lot. It gets him back into this race as he was really struggling down there. And we are going to have a safety car and we'll see if the top lot will come in. Lost, Bloomer, PRV Widget, Potwash and Salty Stevens will all go to the end of the race now. I believe on them hard tyres. Viva's going to struggle to get 16 laps. He can do it. It'd be tough. Let's see what the top 2 do though. As Enhance is in and so is Filthy. So I'm pretty sure Enhance will still lead the race. As Filthy goes on to set a soft, so he's gone for a very different strategy to the rest. So Viva is up to P3 now. Salty Stevens just catching up to the back now. And if I was Salty Stevens, I might even come in again, go to a set of mediums, and then go to the end on that. It's just about doable, possibly. Be close. Depends what, how long they think the tyres can last. The safety car will be going around another time. Or have I missed it? No, the safety car is in this lap, I think. So yeah, it is. Sorry, I missed that. So the safety car is in this lap. And we are back underway. So Enhanced does get us away with Filthy Ghost on a set of softs and Viva on a set of mediums. So all the top three on different strategies. I can't see Enhanced keeping Filthy Ghost behind here. Obviously on the soft tyres, but Filthy Ghost will have to pit again. And Filthy Ghost does take the lead now. Viva also goes up to P2. And he's fighting for P1 now. So it's all changed. Ghost P1, Viva P2, and Enhanced down in P3 now. Three of the cars have got pit penalties, I should say. And there is a caution in Sector 2. And a PVR widget is unfortunately facing into the grass. Has got itself underway. We shouldn't have any problems. And we are back racing. And there's another caution in Sector 2. And Toro has had some sort of damage. I don't think he's got any damage. I think he just has lost it. Enhanced and Viva having a good little battle here. And Lost is bringing himself along into this battle. And Mr. Wiggles is not too far behind either. Filthy Ghost is getting away a bit now. So Filthy Ghost is 1.6 seconds ahead of this group. Viva struggling to keep Enhanced behind now. Filthy Ghost does set the quickest lap of the race. So the 10th, 11th and 12th have had some sort of problem. And Salty Stevens now up to P9. And catching up to Mr. Potwash. Enhanced has got a great chance here to retake seconds. And it looks like he will. He does. So Enhanced back up to P2. Angry Badger up to P6 on a set of softs. Salty Stevens goes up to P8. They're still side by side, but Salty Stevens does take that position. As we are lap 9. We'll stay on board with Doug as this is the closest battle on track. But Mr. Wiggles is catching up now to the back of Lost. As DRS is now enabled. Can Viva get in the DRS zone? He is in it. He's got a good chance here to retake P2 from Enhanced. Got DRS and he will be using some ERS. As there is contact and there's a massive crash and Lost and Mr. Wiggles has had big contact. Mr. Wiggles has got a 5-second penalty. Not too sure. I just saw the back of it and there is going to be another safety car. So will people come into the pits? You come into the pits now, that's it, you're done. Be interested to see what everyone does. But we have another safety car. While that is going on, I will tell you some football results. So we have 2 full-time results, and that is Nottingham Forest 3, Fulham 1. So I believe someone in the chat in the race tonight is a Forest fan, so they have won 3-1. Not Newcastle 1, Everton 1. Everton got a late penalty. So there we go. At the moment, Bournemouth are now beating Palace 1-0. As that is full time as well in that game. Burnley 1, Wolves 1, and that is also full time in that game. And so the last game that hasn't finished is West Ham 1, Spurs 1. And that is 64 minutes played. As the top 5 have not pitted, and the rest look like they have, and some people have gone on to softs, which will not, I doubt will get to the end. They'll be doing well to do that. I thought the mediums was the option, like Salty Stevens has done. Angry Badger went on to a set of hards, but the top 5, which I'm surprised Filthy Ghost did not, but he has not pitted, even though he has to pit again. He's not getting them tyres to lap 15. As everyone is just catching up now. As Enhance has just told me, rain ETA 10 to 15. So that is why the top 5 probably have not pitted. So Enhance has told me there is rain on the horizon. And that is very interesting. That's probably why some of them went onto the softs as well. So very interesting. Which we have got 2 DNF drivers tonight, Losts and Algari. But we'll have to wait and see. How hard will it rain? When will it start raining? Has Jeff got it right? When is Jeff saying it's going to rain? Sometimes it's 10 to 15 and you wait and you wait and you wait. It doesn't come. But we'll have to wait and see. As Mr. Wiggles is still catching up. So unless the game can work out common sense, which it probably can't, we're going to be going round once more, even though he has caught up to the back now. So there, I guess rain forecasted probably lap 16 or 17 then, as Filthy Ghost is into the pits. So he obviously is trying something different here. He will come out dead last. And he's gone to another set of softs. So interesting strategy from Filthy Ghosts. He does come out dead last now. And Enhance retakes the lead of this race. So we've got 3 people on penalties. safety car is in this lap. So as you can see, a lot of different tyre strategies on at the moment. But when will it rain? That is the question. Enhanced is your pole is in P1 at the moment. Obviously a lot more to play here because as I can see, it is getting very, very cloudy in Belgium. So when will it start raining? Enhanced has gone already, even before the corner. And Viva does follow really well there. And he has had a really good start to this race, Viva. And they've kind of left Doug a tiny bit. Doug a second behind this. El Bloomer takes Toro 4P8. We're going to stay on board at the top though. Salty Stevens does take P6 from Widget. But can Viva here get past Enhanced? They're side by side and Viva I think has got up to P1. He has. So Viva now up to P1. Let's go to the back of the field now, as there is a really good battle here with the two Red Bull drivers and the Williams. Filthy goes really late on the break there and does take Mr. Wiggles 4P10. Now he's got the Williams of Toro in front of him. He's going to try the inside. And it's a really good move from Ghost there to go up to P9 now. He's now going to try and get past Bloomer and Widget as quickly as he can. He's got to make a lot of overtakes here before the rain comes. Let's go up to the lead though, because Enhanced obviously still right behind Viva and is bringing the likes of Doug and Angry Badger along with him. Widget has lost out then positions to Bloomer and Filthy Ghost. Filthy Ghost now up to P7 by taking El Bloomer, and Miss Wiggles picks up a 3-second time penalty. And I think Enhanced will probably retake the lead here from Viva. This slipstream, a massive, massive thing in this race, it seems like today. Does he go for it? He doesn't. He stays behind. We're lap 14 of 22. Angry Badger as well now. Right behind Doug. And I think he's got him. Doug does fight back. They're still side by side. Salty Stevens getting involved in this battle. Doug fighting for P3 here. Angry Badger goes wide and Salty Stevens is now up to P4. Still side by side with Angry Badger, and Filthy Ghost is right behind this lot now. And I think Salty Stevens has not lost out to Angry Badger, but I think he's just about to lose out to Filthy Ghosts. Something happened badly wrong there to Salty. He does keep the head of Filthy. Enhanced now right behind Viva. They're going to be side by side here, but he does go too wide, Enhanced, and Viva does not retake, but does keep the lead. DRS is now enabled. Angry Badger, Salty Stevens, Doug having a great little battle here, as well as Filthy Ghosts, to be 4 up this hill. And I really feel sorry for Doug here, because I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. As there's going to be a massive crash, I think. As there is a massive crash. Filthy Ghost is out of this race. I think Salty Stevens went wide. as Filthy Ghost has retired. We've not got another safety car at the moment, which I didn't see. I just saw I think I saw a car going wide, and then I saw a Red Bull come off the track. Unfortunately for Filthy Ghost, that is his race over. There is a caution in Sector 2. As Enhanced still behind Viva here. Still no rain at the moment. These two about 2.6 seconds ahead of Doug. Enhanced now got a great chance to overtake Viva here. Stays behind still. Viva defending really well. Salty Stevens up to P4 now ahead of Doug. Mr. Wiggles into the pits. So what's he trying here? Angry Badger picks up a 3-second time penalty. He is going to a set of softs, so no rain at the moment. Still don't see any rain here, which will not be pleasing Viva. Because I don't think them tyres will be feeling great. 10 lap old now. The only thing for him, unfortunately for the title race, Filthy Ghost has DNF'd. I don't think it was his fault. I'm not going to say too much about it because can Viva keep in this DRS thing at the moment? And we have rain. So I've just seen some rain. We've definitely got rain out on the track with 6 laps to go. But how heavy will it be? Definitely not yet to change the tyres. Angry Badger and Salty Stevens is getting involved in this battle. El Bloomer is into the pits. So let's see what he does. Definitely is raining now. It's definitely not wet enough for inters. He has gone for the inters. So he is the first to change. It's definitely not wet enough for the inters, but obviously hoping it does change pretty quick. It does change pretty quickly in Belgium. He'll be hoping that is the case here as well. As Mr. Potwash is also in for the inters. So 2 of the 10 already on them. It definitely is raining out there, but I don't think it's that heavy at the moment. As these two still keeping a gap between Angry Badger. Salty Stevens is right behind Angry Badger though. And Viva is now out of DRS slipstream. As Merckx has also confirmed it will get wet quickly. Yeah, it will get wet very, very quickly. But I think they've got one more lap before they have to come in. As they are staying out. Does Angry Badger come in? Does Salty Stevens come in? No. Toro also doesn't come in, and either does Doug. So does Widget come in? He does not, so he stays out as well. Mr. Wiggles is flying out there. Let's go on board with him. Viva has actually caught up to the really close now to Enhance. Enhance must have a really bad corner or something. We have 4 laps remaining now, so do people stay out? Do people come in when it gets too wet? It's going to be a very interesting call. Still doesn't look wet enough. That is the thing. Salty Stevens is catching up to Angry Badger here. I still don't think it's wet enough to come in. As Merck said, Viva just needs to finish. I don't think he's too bothered about the win. Yeah, and Bloomer is losing time, so the Inters at the moment are not working out. Salty Stevens here fighting for P3. And this battle is helping the top 2 here. Salty Stevens trying to go late on the brakes. Doesn't succeed. Angry Badger keeps hold of P3. They both stay out again. Viva's tyres must be really hurting now. 13 laps old. He's got to get these to 16 laps. It's still not wet enough for Inters. Obviously, these lap times are about 140 something, so maybe 150 at the moment. So even with 3 laps to go, if it does get bad this lap, you've got to come in. You can lose so much time. But Merckx has confirmed dries are the quicker of the tyres yet, because Bloomer is now 16 seconds behind behind Widget, who is on old tyres. Mr. Potwash is now 8 seconds, and that was about 3, I think, a couple laps ago. As Salty Stevens still can't get past Angry Badger here for P3, and they've both got penalties. I'm not too sure. They've all got 3 seconds, except for Mr. Potwash, who's got 6. So this is a battle for P3. Toro is actually getting involved in this as well as Doug. So with them two with 3 seconds, as Salty Stevens nearly loses it, just about keeps it out of the wall there. Viva now out of the DRS zone again, 1.2 seconds. Everyone stays out again. Still not wet enough. Doug now with the DRS. Toro's tyres must be feeling horrible now. I'm impressed he's been able to get these 9 laps on the softs. Doug, I think, is going to be a pretty easy move for him. Doug now up to P5. And can he get close enough to 3rd and 4th to try and get 3rd with these guys with the penalties? Let's go on board with Salty Stevens again. We've got 2 laps remaining here. It's still not wet enough for the wet tyres. Salty Stevens has closed up this gap. Viva just playing sensible, I think, now. Struggling, probably starting to struggle on them tyres. Doug can't catch up to the likes of Angry Badger and Salty Stevens here. Can Salty Stevens go up to P3? It'd be a great race for him because he was P13 at one point. I'm going to go on board with him because this is the closest battle. Still can't get close enough to Angry Badger though. Angry Badger goes really wide there though. He has caught up a lot into them first few corners. Again, this is fighting for P3 as I don't think Doug is going to be able to get close enough to these two. As Angry Badger has picked up another 3-second time penalty, so all Salty Stevens needs to do now is sit behind and he will get P3. Unfortunately for Angry Badger, this could be really affecting him. He could lose not one but two positions with that. And I think he has just made contact with the wall a tiny bit. And he has now lost out to Salty Stevens. As we are starting the last lap now. I'm surprised El Bloomer and Mr. Potwash have stayed out on them inters. Definitely not inter weather. Very impressed with the lights of Enhanced and Viva getting these tyres and Doug getting these tyres that far. And PVR Widget, I should say. Very impressive getting them tyres this far. Angry Badger will be looking to try and get back up to P3. But it doesn't matter too much because he has got that other 3-second penalty. So if I was Salty, I would probably just let him go past. And just sit behind him. He does take P3 again, but all Salty Stevens needs to do is sit behind. Don't pick up another 3-second, and he will get that P3. Doug looks like he could probably is going to take P4 here. Let's go on board with the leader though, Enhanced, as he's going to go around the final few corners here. Just going into sector 3 now. So Enhanced, he has had a great Belgium Grand Prix. He qualified second. He finished the race P1, and he done the same in the race, and he does take the race win. Well done to the Ferrari driver. P2 will go to Viva. P3 will be Salty Stevens. Unfortunately for Angry Badger, he did pick up the penalty, and Doug will take P4. Angry Badger will be P5. Toro will go to P6. 7th will be Widget. 8th will be El Bloomer. 9th will be Mr. Wiggles. And 10th will be Mr. Potwash. Mr. Wiggles has got a penalty, so it won't really affect this. As the rain does seem to be coming down a bit more now. And there we go. Mr. Potwash will be the last to cross the line. But there we have it. Mr. Potwash will be P10. And there we go. Enhanced did win the race tonight with Viva P2 and Sorty Stevens P3. But look how long they're on them tyres for. 16 and 17 laps. So very impressive to them. Same as Doug and Widget. Widget doing an outstanding job, finishing P7. And there we go. That is your race over. And it's just started to rain a bit heavier. As we're going to see the crowning of the Ferrari driver. He's had an outstanding Tier 2 since joining UFRL. And the Ferraris are getting better and better in this league. The Red Bulls and the AlphaTauris just can't, at the moment, get ahead of them. I know the Red Bull did beat him last week, but Enhanced, I think he's won 4 out of the last 5, if I believe rightly. But there we go, that's your top 3 for you. You've got the Ferrari, you've got the AlphaTauri, and you've got the Mercedes. Well done to them 3 tonight. So Viva does extend his Sorry, I just have to get some pictures done. So, as I said, well done to Enhanced. Great result for him. And that is it. That's your Belgium Grand Prix for Tier 2. So we are done for another week for Tier 2. We've got Tier 3 tomorrow. And then throughout the weekend, we have the 100% race and the international tier. But we will see you tomorrow, hopefully. And good night, everyone.